Woo! What's up, guys? I'm Jules. Thank you for coming back for another weekly update. And I say that every single time, it's just a habit. It is September 7th when I'm recording this. It'll be available on the 8th. Crazy how time is flying by. NFL football is getting ready to start. College started last weekend. Wow, it's crazy. Lots to see, do, hear, stitch, all kinds of good things. So the last time you saw me, I was just getting ready to have surgery on my finger to remove a bump that was there, and that was causing me some issues when I went to grab things, and it would just hurt because it was like literally like right, like that part of your finger right there. It was like right there, and when you looked at it from the side, it was just kind of bulged out some. And so no, I don't need your help, Zoo. So we went in and I had the surgery. It was done under local anesthetic. I got to watch, which I thought was really cool. And in the end, it was actually just a thickened kind of scar-like fibrous tissue on my tendon sheath, right there on the finger. Like there wasn't a mass, there wasn't anything else. He cut that out, then he couldn't, find the rest of the issues. I mean, he couldn't feel, I should say, anything else that was a problem. Put 3 stitches in my finger. Is it 3 or 4? 1, 2, 3. Pretty sure it's 3. I might have cut the 4th one by accident. Anyway, if you're squeamish, look away, because I'm going to show it. Because I get the stitches out in 2 days. Blur. So it has been a difficult journey from multiple different ways. So yeah, it's kind of like it's almost like a little question mark. And it was basically, he had to extend these, he had a sort of a rounded incision, and then he had to extend it because he wasn't finding a lump. And then we realized it was in the tendon sheath. Man, that was so cool to watch. I mean, anyway, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, surgery was a lot of fun. It was fine. The hardest part was finding where to park, and how to find the actual office that I needed to go to, because here in Denver there's a lot of really big hospitals, and it seems like every single one of them this summer has had major construction projects all around them. So like I went all over looking for this place, and the reason why I did was because when I went to check in, this is a cross-stitching channel, by the way, I'll get there in a second. When I went to check in, I got peeved because there were 3 people there, like, to help, like, with questions and stuff, and they were sitting there at their desk, and they had all turned, and they were just talking to each other, carrying on a conversation about, I'm not sure what, but it went on for 30 seconds while I was standing there. Like, nobody looked at me, nobody acknowledged me, nobody wanted to help me, and I was like, oh, because I was running late, so I was like, I'll find it, I know where it is. And no, I ended up having to come back. But it was like, walk in the main entrance, and then go down the hallway to the whatchamacallits, elevators, go up to the 3rd floor, walk in, and then like it snaked, like they need to walk across like this bridge to this other part of the hospital, and snaked around, and then it went up like a couple more floors, because it was on the 5th floor, but I had to get off at the 3rd floor so that I could walk over to the other building through the bridge, and then access that building that way, and then go up to the, I mean, it was crazy. I was 10 minutes late, which I apologized for, because I hate being late for medical stuff. I know how that is. So anyway, so 3 stitches, they come out on Friday. They've been doing pretty well. I usually keep a Band-Aid on it. Lately I've not been, just for when I'm like, well, just kind of hanging out around the house just to let it dry. It does hurt, the stitches still hurt when they're in there, because I can't put any pressure like on the tip of my finger, because the stitches hurt, and so wah me. And so anyway, so those are coming out on Friday, and I'll be back to normal. So I haven't really done very much stitching at all this week. Initially it was just too difficult to hold the needle, and then after that it was just uncomfortable to do. So I got a little bit done, but I just worked on the giraffe selfie one. You can kind of tell he's a large one. And so gonna be pretty big. I think I'm about 15-20% of the way through, so we'll see. So that was the only thing I got actually stitched this weekend, or this past week. I did do a fair bit of designing though, because I was in the mood to design. And if you like my monochrome, if you like my monochrome projects, by the way, okay, hold on, time, go back. If you guys aren't watching Ronnie Rowe, you really do need to go watch Ronnie Rowe design. He's got a new channel, and he is, I mean, his character, his personality is coming through, and you guys gotta go check him out because he's a cool dude. I owe so much to him, and when you see these black and white monochrome projects, just know that he's the reason for it, and so we wouldn't have these if it wasn't for him. So anyway, so I got new ones to show you. I'm so excited because these are big though. These are big, and the reason why they're big is because the photos are detailed. And to maintain the photo detail, you gotta keep them big. I can't take a big, you know, I can't take like Empire State Workers and go, oh, let me just crunch it down. And then, you know, you would lose, everything would just kind of mash together. And that's not cool. You gotta make sure that, you know, if you're gonna stitch my stuff, you're gonna stitch it because you like the clarity and the detail and the design of it. You're not necessarily stitching it because it's small. Now, this is small, but small. I actually have another one that's kind of like that. Where are you, dude? There. Oh, ignore the fact that this says spiral staircase because it's really heart love. I mean, I'm actually glad I found that because now I can fix it on my computer. But anyway, so we got this first one. Ignore it's not that, but so it just has the word love inside of a heart. And that's 11 colors in DMC, and the total stitch count is 130 by 110. So again, pretty small, like the same amount of stitches as that. So you can sense a theme. What you really can sense a theme in is how much I love my monochrome projects. And I do. But I got one more. I don't know if I showed this one to you guys last week or the week before, but this is another one, a little bit more muted. Almost black and white, but a little bit of color. I know it looks like there's not a lot of color, but that's how you get all the detail. There's actually 28 colors in this. This is not stitched. All this, everything around the band, this is not stitched. But everything else is. It's 170 by 170, perfect square, 28 colors. I love it. I adore this one. I adore it. I can't wait to see it stitched if I don't stitch it myself. That's my problem, is I'm not stitching fast enough. Focus is a major issue with me. I'm not yelling at you. I'm sorry, I'm not yelling at you. But focus has been a big problem with me. So maybe football will help. Probably not, because I was really into those games this past weekend. So we'll see. Fly. Dang it. There have been a few flies that have been surviving in our house, and no matter how many times I try to kill it. The problem is that because I'm wounded, this is my fly catching hand. Like, I have about an 80% success strike rate for when I go to hit a fly and I actually hit it, but only with this hand. And since I've had the stitches, I'm definitely slow. All right, you guys ready for some seriously amazing, awesome monochrome designs? Here we go. Now ignore, I've got some, let me show you. What do you think? You may not even be able to see this. My printer kind of had a little accident all over the front of the papers, but I wanted to keep this one and show you guys. This, I call this one Steampunk Fish Monochrome. And so it's basically what it sounds like. It's just a larger fish, and you kind of can see his insides there, and it's just sort of like a little machine going. It's really cool. It's 339 by 337. So I think Gothic House is roughly the same dimensions. Oh, no. It's the giraffe is the same dimensions. And so, are pretty close. But anyway, so that is the monochrome steampunk fish. Which one should I show you next? Which one should I show you next? Because these are all, like, I love them. For those who wanted a giraffe, another giraffe, here is a different giraffe. Here is a whole giraffe. Again, giraffe monochrome. 319 by 371. Again, you're only stitching the black. However you want to do it. If you want to stitch it on the white, if you want to stitch it on some other colors, go for it. I will likely, I don't know, I kind of stitch, I don't know, I may just stick with stitching on white just because of the ease of it, and I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, so I finally got a good giraffe in. And I knew it was going to be a big project because, I mean, hello, giraffe neck. All right, this next one, though. This next one, I was like, I almost stopped working on the giraffe selfie and was like jumping on this, but I didn't have, I don't think I have the right fabric for this. I'm still looking. I might. Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't think you're ready for this one. Spiral staircase, my friends. 480 by 360. Check that out. Does that not look cool? It is big. It is a big project. It might be my biggest black and white project, but it's because it's awesome. I mean, all the projects are cool, but I mean, isn't that cool? I just love this one. I really love this one. Like, I mean, I don't know if you could tell that I like it, but I kind of like it. But I love it. I love it. Anyway, all right. I gotta calm down. Calm down. It's getting too crazy. So those are the new patterns. The new patterns are on Etsy. They're also on stitchingjewelsdesign.com. And you can go either place, check them out, read more about them, and all the rest of my designs that are on there as well. Etsy still has a lot more patterns than my website does. Thank you guys, a couple of you guys that went and checked it out and gave me some feedback. I appreciate that. I'm gonna I think I'm gonna switch it up just a little bit. I want to be able to show more pictures on a page, and by showing like the larger pictures of the patterns, for one, it doesn't look good when you're looking at it on a desktop, and it just kind of just blows it out and stretches it too much. But you can also, it takes up more memory doing that, which is tough for loading speed, and there's just a lot to it. Leave it. Leave it. No, it's my sock. Leave it. All right, not playing with it. What was it talking about? Oh yeah, pictures. So I'm gonna do that. But anyway, you can go check them out. I'm hoping to get more moved over from Etsy, or copied over basically from Etsy to the website. But there you go. The other thing, let's see here. Two things I was gonna mention. I'm gonna talk quick about stores that signed up. What is signing? There's no signing up. Stores that bought from me at Expo, and that so if you go to those stores or call those stores, the stores will maybe not have my stuff. No, I'm kidding. They should have my stuff. Big shout out to a couple of you guys here that reached out to me on the comments and let me know last week that Fat Quarter Shop had actually mentioned one of my pieces on their like 10 favorites from Expo, 10 cross-stitching favorites, and I was kind of blown away. Thrilled to be a part of that list because there were some big time designers on that list, and I was number 10, or Worn American Flag was number 10, and I have a box full of them over there, but they ordered a lot of that, and I think because they mentioned it, they just contacted me this morning and ordered another bunch of them, and so those are getting ready to go out. Super excited about that, so that's done really well. So I wanted to mention Fat Quarter Shop. Right now they just carry the Worn American Flag. Hopefully we can get some more out there with them. Another place that ordered a lot, Stitchery X-Press out of Utah. They're just an online store. Those guys have been awesome. Met them at Nashville and really hit it off. And they have a lot of different, I think they have like a dozen different designs of mine in there. It's going to be online soon, if not now. I'll have links for everybody down below. Garon Stitchery always comes through. I think they had a fair number of pre-orders, but those guys are awesome, and they were like the first. They were like, they popped right in like pretty quickly once the expo had started. It was great to see them. So, I always Barefoot Needle Art in South Carolina. Those ladies there, they're awesome. They have been big supporters of mine for a while and watch the channel. Thanks, guys. And so they're fantastic. I'm gonna forget some. I know I'm gonna forget some. There's Mystic Stitchery in Indiana. I think it was Indiana. I'm gonna start making mistakes now because I did not actually write these out. I'm gonna put the stores down below so you can go check them out. And if there's one close to you, then you could definitely go and check those things out. But again, if you want a physical pattern of one of my patterns, even these new ones, just reach out to the stores, let them know. they can email me and reach out, and it's easy and quick to order, and I send everything out usually within about 24 hours, and we'll get it done. So excited. You know, it feels like it's kind of turned a corner a little bit, kind of. Nashville was very important to just meet a lot of people, and that's again why I'm going again this coming March. I'm absolutely going to go. I hope to meet even more people at that time, and the expo was fantastic, just for the experience, and the sales were good, but the experience was fantastic, and I really enjoyed it, so it was great. Yes, last but definitely not least are those other floss tubers that have graciously agreed to stitch one of my patterns on their channel. I hope you guys go and check them out and subscribe if you like them. There's definitely a really good variety of both patterns, but also what these guys do on a regular basis. So please check them out. I'm going to read through the list here real quick. I of course have to I have to write it down, because if I don't write it down, there's no way I'm going to remember like everybody. So Terry Lee Crafts is doing Winter Sleigh Ride, which is a pretty decently sized winter themed full coverage cross stitch. She reached out to me the other day, and she's having to restart it because she started doing it in 25 count and discovered that it just wasn't for her. She needed to do it on a larger count, like a 14. I think she mentioned 14 count Ada. So that'll be interesting to see what that turns out, because that's just going to be gorgeous. But check her out and see where she's at with that. Then we've got Nicola, Simply a Stitcher, and she's doing, oh my brain, trying to focus, Polar Bear and Cub. And so I think she's had to kind of step back just a little bit, she got a little crazy with the cross stitch. We all been there, trust me, we've all been there. And so, but she's working on that one, which is going to be awesome. No, sorry, it's Zuzu the dog wants attention. Crafting in Colorado is doing the Swinging Girl. I'm just going to start reading through them now. AliJuuno's Crafty Corner is doing the Wise Owl. Jenn, the Caffeinated Crafter, is doing James Dean. The last time I saw him, he had like this much. You could see his eyes. It's really cool. Casey Stitches, who has done a number of my, Casey with the C, who has done a number of my patterns, Sleeping Cat, Haunted House, working on those patterns right now, and also the Squirrel. And then we've got Stitches of Sass, who's doing Santa at the Door, which is another big full coverage cross stitch, another winter one, Christmas one coming up. So if I forgot anybody, please let me know, because there were a lot of people that reached out to me. I'm like, crap, did I forget anybody? I hope I didn't forget anybody, because these guys are doing awesome. And one of them, I can't remember which one it was had just got to 1,000 subscribers. Big milestone for any newcomer to the FlossTube world, and that's kind of what we're trying to do, you know, is cross promote each other, so that, you know, if you just watch one person versus another, or you only watch maybe 2 or 3, there's probably more out there that you would really enjoy. There are I have over 830 cross stitchers on my list of FlossTube channels, which the link is down below, that I have on my old blog that I still have. I don't work on it very much anymore, but I did a lot of list building way back in the day. So I think that's it. I feel like my allergies are acting up again. Yeah. Tired too. So it wasn't a bad thing to like have this, you know, have this surgery. Right after Expo, I was able to get all the packaging and everything done and sent off, and because of that, you know, I didn't have to do a whole lot of things. So that's kind of why I watch so much football. So I didn't have anything else to really do. So anyway, I hope that's it. I'm sorry if I forgot something. It's not intentional. It's just part of my disorganization. Let me check my notes. Nope. All right. So in 2 days, I get this taken out. By the time you see this, it'll be tomorrow. anyway, Friday. So y'all take care. Have a great day. Enjoy your stitching. Take a look at my store and stitch what you love. I'll see you later.